Hello, I'm Luminousz Ztarr. Welcome to another vlog day. Mwah, mwah, my stars, thank you so much for your subscription. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Luminousz Ztarr family. Now, one of the things that I used to do when I was angry with the cluster personality type is I would focus on that for quite some time. But what I found was that it would cause me to be stuck. One of the things that I'm very familiar with is mismanaged and misplaced anger. Now, this is something I used to struggle with for quite some time. When I was dealing with a cluster personality, actually in my case, it was several cluster personality types that I used to deal with. But one of the things that I found was that whenever I focused on something they said, something they did, actually it harmed me because it would cause me to be stagnant. It really wasn't working for me because I was focused on what didn't work in the relationship. I was focused on what hurt. I was focused on, again, something they said and or did. A lot of us deal with our anger in a way that actually harms us more than the narcissist. We have to remember, narcissists and cluster personality types, often what they like to do is goat other people in an argument. Narcissists and cluster personality types, they have to have the drama. They have to have the chaos. The personal boundaries is the first thing that must go in any relationship that he or she may have. So when they're picking at you, nitpicking and pointing out your flaws and goading you into an argument, and you just can't seem to get anything right. You just seem to be too weird for them. You're too different. See, all of that takes a toll on a person. And as the years go by, this can cause anger to build up. And before you know it, you're lashing out at other people. You may even lash out at the narcissist or cluster personality type. But what the thing that we often do is we suppress our anger. Now, this can cause stagnation. What does suppressed anger look like? Well, a few things that I went through. Being stagnant or being in a sunken place. Becoming passive aggressive. Another thing that suppressed anger does is it causes a person to become reactionary. Now, when a narcissist and cluster personality type goes you into an argument, this is often why a lot of us become reactionary, because they're picking at you. They're nitpicking, they're chipping away little by little. And that's part of the crazy making. But when the anger builds up, in due time, it's going to take its toll. And it may come out in the most inappropriate ways and at the most inconvenient times. Anger is just an expression of an injustice that you experienced. A lot of the times, what we do is we internalize what the narcissist says and what they do. Emotion is energy in motion. So what happens to that energy when the anger builds? It's like keeping the toxins inside of your body. It's like keeping all of that toxicity inside. So when the anger builds up and it just begins to erupt, it can become very consuming and destructive. So narcissists and cluster personality types, they tend to like that because they feed off of it. That energy or your emotions, they must move. So when we suppress it, we're holding on to it. It's like holding on to a bag of vipers, poisonous vipers. They're gonna bite, okay? And more than likely, you're gonna get bit first before the narcissist does. Emotion is energy in motion because energy has to move. So when we suppress our anger, that's why our health deteriorates. That's why sometimes we can't focus on other things that we may want to accomplish, such as a particular goal. We may have aspirations, we may have dreams. But when we're giving so much energy to the codependent narcissistic relationship, then one can become stagnant. Anger gets a bad rap. That's because there are some people who are very uncomfortable with it. All right. So when we are groomed in a codependent narcissistic relationship, especially from childhood, this means that we're being taught to be self-sacrificing. Meaning, if you ever get angry and you want to defend yourself, that makes you a bad person. One of the effects of that grooming process is guilt. Another effect is shame. So this is the best way that narcissists and cluster personality types often keep people in line or keep them, under their control. And that is to shame them. Shame is one of the best ways to control somebody. When you choose to release that toxicity or release that energy, one of the best ways to do it is to embrace your anger. In other words, just accept that that's a part of being human. Some people don't agree with that. Again, anger usually gets a bad rap. Misplaced and misuse of anger, yes, it is consuming. Yes, it is constructive. It is destructive. But you can take anger and use it for good, to uplift yourself, such as going out and saying, okay, I want to paint, I want to draw, I want to get another job, I want to make some more money. So that's that anger that's moving. It's moving. That's energy that's moving. Energy must move because stagnated energy means health problems. One of the best ways to release that toxicity is, first of all, make the choice you're going to do it. Secondly, to go ahead and become comfortable with the reality that you're human and anger is one of the emotions that you feel. Okay? You don't have to hold on to it like that bag of vipers. You can get physical. All right? Punch some pillows. Go to the gym. Go to the boxing ring. Whatever you need to do. Because again, energy has to move. Stagnated energy means there's going to be some problems. Another thing that I would do is I would write angry letters. I made it a part of my journaling process. Okay, because some of us, we just internalize and we suppress that anger. So whenever the narcissist comes into the room, yeah, we want to defend ourselves, we want to go off, but then that little voice comes in, and actually it's more of a negative chatter, because a lot of the times the narcissist and cluster personality type, they put it in your head that you are a bad person whenever you defend yourself, whenever you are wanting to express anger. But again, your emotion is energy in motion. Stagnated energy is reflective of your being in a sunken place. There's a lot of things that we can come up with, and again, I don't mean to make it sound like we're making it up. No, really, there's a lot of things that we have gone through by being in a codependent narcissistic relationship, such as betrayal, abandonment. I mean, there's a lot of things to be angry about, so don't belittle yourself. Stop beating yourself up for feeling angry. Your anger is justified. Your anger for the narcissist and cluster personality type is justified. When you express the injustice of being betrayed, being character assassinated, or the smear campaigning, right? Being manipulated, being shamed, being blamed. So there's a lot of things that you have gone through, I'm pretty certain, that you can feel angry about. But again, your anger is justified. The narcissist and the cluster personality type, they don't want you to know this. They would like for you to be goaded into the argument, right? Because they want you to be reactionary. They don't want you to respond. Believe it or not, when you choose to express your anger in a constructive manner, you are making a choice. That makes you have the power, personal power that is. But when you choose to express what you have experienced, that means you're snatching your personal power back from him or her. That means that you are now in control. You're practicing emotional discipline and you don't even know it. The narcissist feels it though, because whenever you are in control, they lose control. When they lose control, that means they're losing narcissistic supply. So go ahead and get that journal. Start writing those angry letters. Start getting physical, going out, getting a little bit physical. Go to the gym, or you don't have to go to the gym. Maybe you can just punch some pillows at home and take small steps to get out a little bit more and go to the gym. Get physical. Go to the boxing ring. Okay, whatever you need to do to release that toxic energy, because again, stagnated energy means that your health will be compromised. Tool number 1, take steps to learn how to constructively release energy that does not serve you. Tool number 2, practice mindfulness and practice focus intention techniques. What these 2 things do, and I know it does it for me, I still practice both of those today. What those 2 things will do is to help you to focus on your goals. Not only that, it will clarify your intentions. It will also help you to diffuse guilt and shame. Tool number 3, consider changing your daily routines. This is one that I still do today. I started practicing this a little while ago, and it's very effective because it helps your body to become accustomed to a non or a less hostile environment. I'll put it like that. A lot of us are accustomed to being in a very hostile environment when we live with the cluster personality type, when we live with the narcissist. Okay, just think about it. You're being bombarded by all the insults, all the things that make you angry and hurt you. Their shenanigans. Okay, just think about that. The betrayal, the deception, the manipulation, the smear campaigning. You've gone through a lot. The anger builds up. So your body remembers it all. Even when we try to put things out of our consciousness, our body remembers all of it. Okay, so since your body has become accustomed to being in a hostile environment, now you want to switch that. You want to go ahead and get into a less hostile environment, or an environment that you feel emotionally safe in. You can find something, maybe it's a part of the house that you go to and you can read, you can journal, it's a quiet time for you. Or you go out to a park, you go to the beach, you go somewhere out in nature. Anything that can relax you. Your body is becoming accustomed to being in a less hostile environment. Another way that I used to change my daily routine is I would decorate. Wherever I was living at, an apartment, house, or whatever, I would just decorate. That's one way you can change your daily routine. Just take small steps. Another thing, you can eat something different. Try something new. Okay? Take a class, go to a seminar, read a book you've never read before. Anything that changes up your daily routine is something that can boost your confidence. And before you know it, you will be expressing what you have experienced with a little bit more confidence. It's, when you look at the big picture, it's just another way of releasing toxic energy that does not serve you. This way you're free to thrive forward past codependent narcissistic relationships. You're thriving forward. You're healing and growing past codependent narcissistic relationships is not a contest. Don't treat it that way. This is not going to be happening overnight. It takes practice. Again, it's not a contest, so don't treat it that way. All right? Invest in yourself. Be good to yourself. I want to share a book that I have been reading. Okay? Check the description box below for this book. This is a great book. I'm going to quickly, let me turn. And this book is like about 145 pages, so it's a fairly quick read. But I want to share something that I highlighted in the book, because I've been marking this book all up. Thank goodness I purchased it. If this was a library book, I don't know. But anyway, let me read this real quick. You must fully understand that your economic security does not lie outside of yourself. It rests within your own ability to think, to create, to produce, to learn, and to adapt. I love that. I highlighted that because I get that so much. Before anything changed for me, I had to look within myself. That means angry, being angry, being sad, being in a state of despondency a lot. See, that stuff wasn't helping me, even though there was justification for it. I had gone through something, just like you have gone through something, right? So when you start focusing on what really matters to you, your dreams, your aspirations, your principles, your values, what are you passionate about? So that part of the book spoke to me because it speaks to that. Okay, as long as we're focusing on what the narcissist and the cluster B personality types wants us to focus on, we're not going to have a better economical situation, or our finances will not increase. We're not going to be able to have better relationships. That's what that part of the book says to me. That means in order to create, in order to increase your finances, in order to make your dreams come true, you have to look within yourself. You got to find out what your principles are, what your values are, what matters to you. You're not here to be an emotional dumping ground for a narcissist or a cluster B personality type. That's not your purpose in life. So in order to learn, to adapt, to grow, you gotta figure out what's best for you. What is it gonna take in order for you to thrive forward past codependent narcissistic relationships? The cluster B personality type, the narcissist, they're not gonna be on board and support you in your efforts to do those things. So I wish everyone the very best on their efforts to do so. Continue to share your stories. You never know who's gonna be inspired. When you think about leaving a legacy behind, is it just to be a punching bag for a narcissist? I hope not. Is it to be a pawn for a cluster B personality type? I hope not. Okay, so I'm Luminousz Ztarr. I want to just thank everybody for joining me today. I certainly hope you enjoyed this vlog. Until next time, stay tuned for more vlogs and stay tuned for more videos. Mwah.